Welcome to Verbal Pick Radio, where we give you a verbal image of life, and we are everyday people. Like to welcome y'all to the show. And today we dealing with Young Pharaoh and his disrespectful remarks towards the great Bobby Hemmett. A lot of people were upset behind those remarks, and it caused a little rift within the conscious community because the main focus and mission is unity. Now, Slip Dub on December 4th did a YouTube video warning Young Pharaoh that he was killing his flame. He was getting into little scraps with other conscious people. Now, we all know that the main goal of the enemy is to divide and conquer, and he's a master at that. What Young Pharaoh has to realize is that people saw a spark of unity in his words and in his message, and they was getting behind Young Pharaoh because that's been the main goal. And it take a lot for a person out of love to come to you and say, look, homie, you killing your flame, chill out. That's a warning. Most people would have stood by the side and watched the pride fall. But he reached out to him and hoping that would curb his ambitions on attacking great people who sacrificed for the conscious community, people who been doing this probably before Young Pharaoh was born. Now, true, Bobby Hemmett did say some negative things towards Minister Farrakhan, but you didn't hear Brother Farrakhan come back and attack Bobby Hemmett because the mission is bigger than that. The goal of unity is bigger than that. Why unity? See, anybody been out in the streets where this gang bang, in your hometown, you got neighborhood wars, fight break out, police comes. You trying to say who started it? Police don't care. He gonna treat both of y'all like niggas. And you start to wake up. Then he pull his gun on you. You thinking he might kill you. Then you go to the justice system. They treat you like niggas, and you realize, wait a minute. We got. We out here fighting each other, and they sitting back laughing, wanting you to destroy one another. So when anybody speaks and has a platform, and then they begin to get followers, it's only due to the fact that the mature people in the conscious community will get behind you when they see that you're moving towards a goal of unity. Because those of us who've been fortunate to live past 35 understand, man, that's a hard road coming up, especially in any hood. You make it past 35 and you starting to understand and the mistakes you've made. You understand how society treats you and sees you, and you understand that, yeah, we do need unity. I mean, bad, right? So people are waking up and they're joining the conscious community because the message of unity through knowledge, because, yeah, you can be physically strong, but if you don't have any knowledge in your head, what good is that? Because knowledge is power. You create, you build. Power of thought, the power of your mind, the power to turn your thoughts into something material, the action, the motivation, all that counts. So the mature people are sitting back because you got people who listen to Young Pharaoh, 40s, 50s, 60 years old, saying, one day, man, we're going to unite, and it's going to be through knowledge. We're not going to unite through fighting one another. We know that. It's like Bobby Hemmett's message is a part of the unification. So is Young Pharaoh's. It's like a nation, right? You got your Marines, you got your Army, you got your Navy, your Air Force. They all have different functions, but the main goal is to unify and secure the nation. Same here. Your Bobby Hemmett might teach on magic and the occult lectures, but that's needed. What Young Pharaoh is teaching upon, that's needed. RBG, the Nation of Islam, what they're teaching on, all of that's needed. And we got to fight to build that and make that happen. So make sure you all keep going and keep building. It's definitely something that's needed, and it's definitely something that we have to acquire to. So I got to give much love for Slip Dub for producing that warning, because the pride come before the fall. People out in the streets can see it, man. We see it 1,000 times over. We've been through it, and we know what the end results will be. So to avoid that, when you tired of seeing the fight, especially those that's not in the conscious community, once you become conscious, you try to reach back and you say, look, bro, we got to unite, bro. We got to stay out of a prison system, got to stay out of a justice system. We have to do better, because at the end result, you might think you're right, and the person that you're against might think he's right. But under their laws and in their justice system, they see all of us as just niggas, man. That's it. So our unification, economics, wealth building, so many things, the knowledge, the information, books, we got to get a hold to it all, because in 2019, it's over. That's the end of it. But so nobody really wanted to hear that, not out of, because it's Young Pharaoh and Bobby Hemmett. It just played out. People with knowledge, or we see people who produce knowledge as scholars. You don't see two college professors up there, using Sir, calling each other niggas, and so what, he's sick and whatnot, because knowledge is respectable. The universe was built on knowledge, mathematics, and science. We coming from that frame mindset. We not bringing the conscious community. We not turning it into conscious gangs, where this gang against that gang, but both of y'all have knowledge. What's the point? It don't add up, So Slip Dub, that warning to Young Pharaoh was right on time. I wish he would have heeded the warning, but the enemy will take that and he will amplify it, and he'll hide his hand. He'll push it through his social media. Because his main goal is keep them niggas down. Keep them down. Let them fight each other. He don't have to deal with you. You giving fuel to the fire. Our conscious community, it's okay to disagree upon knowledge, and you present your facts, and at the end of the day, look at these debates. Nobody switch sides or change because of debates, but people learn through those debates on knowledge, and they make their own decision. But the people who are rooted in their foundation, they still rooted in their foundation. But hearing the different knowledges and the timelines and what took place, and that makes people go research that, and then they get their own perspective on what was said. But it can't be. We can't have that going in 2019, because it shows ignorance. It shows a lack of compassion. It shows poor character, because we upright men and women. All that knowledge going back from Noble Drew Ali and Marcus Garvey and Honorable Elijah Muhammad was to produce upright men that had the mindset of building and unification, not coming on public platforms and just letting it out loud and nigga this and so this and that, because mature people don't want to hear that. Mature people want to put their money behind and back those who are dropping knowledge in a respectable manner, that want to actually produce something for the community as a whole. Because, look, when you have children, let's look at the R. Kelly situation, right? Any grown man that has a young daughter not going to stand with no old man coming after his daughter if he loves his daughter. They're going to point that out, because It's time out for all that. We all know what goes on in the black community. You done seen cats out of high school coming back to the school, picking up girls in the 9th and 10th grade. And everybody turn their head like, I don't want to get involved. It's wrong. It's just wrong. When you become a responsible adult, you have to pave a way for a society where your children can thrive and think. Well, you got to protect their minds so they can build and produce something for the next generation. You don't want to be part of the generation that tear everything down and they don't have nothing. So, yeah, we got to get things together and we have to build, right? 2019, it's time out for that. Verbal Pick Radio, we're out.